Code course. Do you know that VS Code is built with Electron.js? That means everything you see is a JavaScript and HTML. Every line is a simple div with some classes. That means for every theme, they are actually just changing the CSS for that classes only. So this is how it is built. But in this course we are going to increase your coding speed up to 5x level with the use of the basic features of the VS Code. And I'm not talking about the extensions, because this course is a unique course you will not find anywhere on the entire YouTube or on the internet, because here we are going to see how you can use just your keyboard, not the mouse, just your keyboard to access everything inside the VS Code, like a sidebar, activity bar, breadcrumbs, and these things actually really increase your speed up to 5x level. But if you are looking for a 10x speed, that means you want to increase your productivity and coding speed up to 10x level, then now it's time you need some extensions. So we are going to obviously use various nice extensions, some of the popular, some of unpopular, but we are going to use extensions for different languages also, like Python, JavaScript, PHP and Laravel, and much more. At the last we are going to dig into the VS Code and change the theme, or not actually theme, just changing the CSS for some part and creating a gradient cursor just like this one. So what you are waiting for? If you see this course as a productive and useful, then hit a like button and comment your favorite extension or some of the extension which are not available maybe in this course. So you just need to hit a thumbs up, that means like this course, and comment. And when I reach 1000 plus thumbs ups, I mean thumbs up, that means likes in this course, then I'm going to give away some of the course, like 2 or 3 courses, to the best comment of this course. So I am sure you are going to share this video with others. So now let's start the VS Code journey. So let's now Google VS Code, click here, and with a simple website, very clean, let's download it. Now click on this downloaded file to start the installation process. Here we are, we have this download files. Now we need to just drag it into your application folder, or if you are on Windows, then you don't have to do anything, just click on next, everything is good. And now let's open the VS Code, and here we are. So first thing you need to know, if you are on Mac, then you can press Control, Command and F to maximize this window. But then you can see everything is very small, and to zoom in we can use the command and plus sign. So you can see now it is zoomed. If it is too much, then you can press minus, command plus minus sign, plus minus, actually command with minus sign to make it smaller. Now you have seen that when we launched this VS Code, we got this kind of page. This page is called welcome page, and you can have that page from this help and this welcome page. So this page is actually having some of the starting things. If you have any recent project, then that will show here. Some of the help like printable keyboard cheat sheet and some other things, but here is the customization and the resources to learn. If you don't want this page to come up every time you open VS Code, you can just uncheck this show welcome page on startup. So you can see I have unchecked it, and now if I close this VS Code and restart it, and now we don't have that welcome page. Instead we have an untitled page, which I don't like. So if I close this, you can see we have this blank thing, that is nothing, no tab is open. How we can set that? I don't want even the untitled page. For that, you can go to the preferences and we have a setting. But the setting shortcut is command plus comma, or you can find for Windows. But I can press command plus comma, and you can see we have the settings page. Here, what we actually want to discuss about, we want to restrict the welcome page. Obviously, let's type welcome, and you can see we have a startup editor. Now it says new untitled file, and we have a welcome which is actually default, and we have removed that. So what we can do, we can just say none, and settings are saved. That means now once again, if I close this and try to start VS Code once again, and you can see we don't have anything. Once again, let's use command control and F to maximize it. This is actually Mac shortcut, not for the VS Code, and for Windows you can obviously find something. But then you will say, if I don't have anything here, how can I find something like recent projects I have opened with the VS Code? So once again, if I go to the welcome page, on this welcome page we have a bunch of recent projects, and if I want to switch between these projects, then how I can switch that? See, there is a shortcut, so which is saying the more. So remember this shortcut, which is Control R for me on Mac, and Command K, Command S, and say recent project, or simply recent, open recent. Yeah, so here we can change it, but I like to have that. So suppose you have opened VS Code for the first time and you want to open your previous project, so simply press Command R, search for the project name, and here we have these projects here we can search. And this is how we can actually automate everything from this keyboard only. After this, you can see we have some sidebar on the left, and I can zoom it more for you. So first we have this file icon, and it is called Explorer. Every file you open for a project will come here. Then we have a lens, that means you got it right. It is a search panel. Here we can search for anything and obviously replace it. We will see everything in detail, but let's get familiar with things. Then we have a source code, that means Git, version control things comes up here. Then we have this one for debugging of our application for every kind of programming language we have. Then we have this very important one. This is for a marketplace to install extensions for this VS Code, or you can say packages or helper things, which is going to enhance the power of VS Code. Then yeah, we have this icon for account. You can turn on for syncing your settings. And at last, very important thing, if you want to close this, you can again click on that one, and it is now closed. And same is for everyone. You can see I can toggle it. Then we have this setting gear icon, and here we have very nice options. Like you can see we have this settings, and with the shortcut given there, we have the extension shortcut is shift command and X, and that is for Windows it will be shift control and X. Then keyboard mapping, command K and command S, and key map is command K plus command M. Then user snippets, and we can create snippets for various languages. Like if you have a JavaScript, then you can create some snippets, and we will see what these things are and how we can enhance by using that. And finally, you can check for updates, and this is very important, and you should always turn it on. But if it is annoying you, you can once again go to the setting by pressing command plus comma and search for update. If you click update, then you can see it says update mode. Update mode is default, which means it enable automatic update check, and whenever there is update available, it will update. If it is annoying you don't want that, then you can set it to manual, and you can set it to none if you don't want to update. So this is how you can actually start with VS Code. After installing VS Code, the very first thing I always do is install a better theme for us. But here with the VS Code, we already got many themes. You just need to search, and how you are going to search it. So if I zoom out, you can see we have show all commands, and this show all command has a very nice shortcut, which is Shift Command and P. So if I press Shift Command and P, I got this thing. If you can just press Command P, this is for searching for file, but if I can give this greater than sign, then it will become show all command. You can see if I press Shift Command and P, we have this greater than sign, and this is very nice. And here I search for theme, and once I search, you can see it says color theme. If I go here just by pressing my up and down key, and then whenever I select it, I just need to press enter, and yes, I am here. The default one we get is dark plus. If you can go to other, you will see instant reflection how that will going to look. And now it is ABYSS, I don't know how to pronounce it. Then we can have Kimby dark, then Monokai dimmed, red, I hate this one, and Solarized dark, nice. Tomorrow night blue, high contrast, very high, too much of this. And then you have some light one, but the most important thing here is install additional color theme. So yes, I can just go here just by pressing enter, and you can see it has moved us into this extension panel, and it is saying that category theme, and this is a nice way to search. We can do this manually. That means if I can clear it. Now when I want to go here, I just click here on the extension panel, and then we have this search bar. We can directly search theme, or we can say category is theme. Very nice. You can also have this filter, and you can search for category. You can see lots of categories are there, and category theme like we did. So add category and theme, this is also going to work. So which theme I like? The first one comes in my mind is material theme. But before installing any theme, because theme is always good with the codes, so I have a little React code with me, and I can totally drag that, and we have this project in my VS Code. Now you can see the color is changed a little bit on the bottom panel, but don't worry about that. Let's just close this one, and then once again click on this extensions and search for category. So I can say add category, and we can search for theme, and you can see we have a fuzzy search, and if I can hit enter, and now we have this material theme. Let's install this one, and now you can see this is actually a package. I can just close this one, and I can press escape. Yeah, so now after pressing escape, we are here, and let's close this extension panel. And this is actually a material theme package, and this pack include two things. One is obviously the theme for our VS Code, but also the icon themes. But let's explore the material theme first. So now it says set color theme. So if I click here, you can see we have a setting for this material theme. Also, if I press if I click anywhere else, or if I press escape, I am out of that. Or I can press, as you know, Shift Command P. So Shift Command and P, and I can search for theme. And now you can see we have a color theme, and in this color theme we have a lots of colors themes now available along with the normal material themes. Explore the theme which we got from the material. So I can say set color theme, and we have various colors option, but we have two variant of every theme. Like we have a material theme, then we have a material theme high contrast. What is the meaning of high contrast? That means you can see the color around the main panel and on the sidebar is exactly same. If I go to the high contrast, you can see a little darkness on the left panel or on the bottom panel. So this is high contrast. There's a contrast between different sections. Then we have a darker. So now we can see we have a darker. This was normal material theme. This is darker material theme, and obviously darker with a high contrast. Yeah, this one I like. But we also have a pale night. I prefer this pale night when you are working in late night without much light in your room. Then I prefer obviously the dark one. The ocean one is best suited for night if you are working in very low light. And obviously always try to have a high contrast, because the high contrast give you more softness into your eyes. Then we have a light one, which I totally don't like because it is strained to your eyes. So this is the material theme. As I told you, we can set these themes by pressing Command Shift and P and color theme. And now you can see we have lots of material themes. So we have this material themes which we get from that extension panel, but we also have themes from the community, which is already here, but there's no different, or I can say a very little different between the community and the normal one. Yeah, that's good, but I also want to show you some more things. Like if you can go here, you can see we also have a theme icons. So currently if I see here, there is not a good kind of icon for every file in the folder. What I can search, I once again press Command Shift and P, and then I can say file icon. So you can see file icon is there. It is currently for the Visual Studio Code, which is city, but I can search or I can scroll down and change the icon. You can see it's showing in the real time. So material theme icon, the darker one, then icon light, and yeah, it is minimal, so there is no icon actually. But as usual, you can also install your icon. So it says install additional file icon theme. So it says icon theme and VS Code icon. So how it is going to look, which you can see if I change it, there is a demo here, and yeah, nice icon set are here. So you can have that. Also, we already have this material icon theme. This one is very popular and it has very nice icons. This is a different material icon theme, and the pack given us this one, so I prefer this one. So let's install material icon theme. This one is little different, and now as I installed, it says activate it. So click on activate, and now it is activated. So I just press escape and close this and go to the Explorer, and there's nothing, but I can once again press Command Shift and P and file icon, and this time actually I need to say icon, and yeah, here we have a material icon, and material icon activate icon theme, which is already activated. Now you can see nice icon set and material icon, and change folder theme. So you can change the folder theme from classic or specific. Then we have opacity. You can set for let's say 0.5, which is not showing. Yeah, it is now lighter, or you can set it, no, it's 1 maximum. Okay, so that's how you can play around these things. Let's set my favorite theme. So I have searched for theme, which is color theme, and the favorite one is ocean high contrast. Or for this tutorial, I can change it to pale night high contrast, which is more visible in tutorials. Okay, so let's move. Apart from material theme, there are various good themes available. One very nice theme is Shades of Purple, which is created by Ahmad Awais, and which is very nice, and I can install this one and now set this. So if I just enter it, and now you can see it is very nice shades of purple. So we have a lots of purple shades available for this theme, and very nice looking background and the effects. The important part of this theme is that if you create some comment like this which is in purple and which is not affecting you. Also, the coolest part of this theme is if you go to any markdown file, whatever you define as a markdown kind of thing is in a very light color, dull color, so that you are totally focused on the written part, not on how you have changed it. So this is very nice theme. More theme I totally have in my mind, which is Tokyo Night. Yeah, this one. So this theme is also good. So if I install this one, and it's asking for 3 variants: light, night storm, and Tokyo Night. So let's use the Tokyo Night, and this one is also having a very nice color theme for your codes, which is getting into your eye. And also this comment is very light as compared to other codes, so that you don't focus on the comments and totally focus on your code. Let's see how this is playing with the readme, and you can see the difference between the shades of purple and this Tokyo, that everything is in a same color, and this is not good compared to shades of purple, which was very nice. One very famous theme is Dracula. So I can search for Dracula, and here we are, Dracula theme, which you can see has a very high number of downloads. So let's install this one and see how this is going to work. So soft and Dracula. So I use the Dracula one, and let's close this one. And once again, this is having a nice color combination for your code. Personally, I don't like this one, but this is the one which I have in my list of good theme. And once again, let's see for readme. Yeah, it is again same everything, but it is more visible compared to Tokyo Night. Similar to Dracula, there is a Darkula. So I can search for Darkula, and yeah, Dracula theme is also there, which is also having a high number of downloads. And it is Dracula versus Darkula. So see that difference. So Darkula is very you can say soothing to your eyes, and it is more of like IntelliJ theme, like if you have a PHP Storm or Android Studio kind of theme. So this one, if you are familiar, then this is for you. Next one is a theme which is just like a GitHub. So I can search for GitHub, but then I need to search for theme, which is actually given here. So GitHub theme is here. So let's install this one, and now you can see GitHub Light and GitHub Dark. So if you are a light theme person, then you can set that. So once again, search for GitHub Light, and actually I like this light one, although I'm not a light theme person, because the color combination is very nice, and it is not painful to our eyes, although it is a light theme. So let's move to dark one. So once again, search for GitHub Dark, and yes, it is very nice. I totally like this one among all the other theme which we have installed currently, apart from Material theme. So this one is very nice, and you can have this preferably, and you will get all the theme link in the description box, so that will be beneficial for you. So let's move ahead. After having all these themes and decided which one is good for you, it's time to enhance our workflow. And first, I want to make it minimal. So you can see we have this sidebar, we have this bottom bar, and we have this min map. Min map is useful when you have a file which is very long. So where I can find a long file. Okay, let's see, is there any? Yeah, this one. So if you want to go at the bottom directly, you can click here. But I don't like to have this min map here because it is actually taking space, and I don't want to use my mouse to go there because my intention is always to use keyboard for everything. So there is a keyboard shortcut to go into the bottom of or any line number, but we will see that later. First, let's reduce or turn off this min map. Once again, you can go to the setting from here, or as usual we can use the shortcut command and comma. And I want to turn off the min map, so it's a min map, and maybe it is without space, or if I search for map, just mini map, actually not min map. Okay, so min map is control whether the min map is showing. I don't want to show this, so now I have changed it. And now if I close this settings, you can see we don't have that min map. Cool. Next, I don't like to have this bottom bar because I know I can change something, but everything later we can do with the keyboard, and we don't have to use the mouse. If we don't have to use the mouse, then why this bottom bar is there? I never looked upon which line number or column number I am. I can directly look here, and I don't care about the column number. I don't care about the spaces and other things. So let's close this bottom bar also. So to turn off this bottom bar, I can go to the setting, or I can directly press command and comma. But the problem is I am calling it bottom bar. What actual name VS Code call it, I don't know. If I search for bottom like this, I don't have any reference to that. But what we can see here, we have a status bar, and if I turn it off, yes, you can see this is there. So you have seen that whatever you are calling, you can just search, and you just need to scroll one or two options, then you will get your exact answer. Also, if I turn it on, we can change the setting of this one by going to the view, then appearance, and here you can see show status bar, because the name actually is status bar. So click here, and yeah, it is gone from here. That's very nice. Now, next thing I don't like is I don't like to have this sidebar here. So we can toggle it also. So appearance, and as we know it is sidebar, so I can say sidebar. So toggle sidebar, and actually that sidebar is this one. So what I call this as a explorer bar, or okay, so I got the point. So as I right click here, it is actually activity bar. So I can go to the view, appearance, and I can toggle activity bar. So you can see activity bar is gone. So yes, you can also hide the sidebar. So sidebar is also not there. Next thing I don't like to have in my setup is this breadcrumb. So breadcrumb is like the structure of your file just around your eyes. So if I click here, you can see I have all the files inside my source directory, or if I click on source, I have full directory structure which I got on my Explorer. So I don't like to have this breadcrumbs. So once again, I can open the command and I search for breadcrumbs, and here it says enable disable navigation breadcrumbs. So if I turn it off, now you can see I don't have that. Very nice. So this means when I open my VS Code, it looks something like this, so much cleaner, and there is actually nothing. So how do we get started with any project? So currently I already have the project. So if I open the sidebar, you can see I have the project. To open a new window where we don't have anything, I can go to the file and new window, and the shortcut is Shift Command N for new. So I can press Shift Command and N, and you can see this is the window I get once I open the VS Code without any project in it. But the problem here is, yes, I can hide this sidebar like this, Now, if I want to go to the sidebar, if I want to go to the breadcrumbs, how do I go there? So what we need to do, we need to set up the key binding or keyboard shortcuts for everything we have removed from our screen, because everything is useful, that's why it is here. So let's combine everything and toggle everything with the keyboard shortcut. Now I have two windows of VS Code. One is this one and another is this one. If you go here, you don't know which one is which. But if I go at the top, I can see I have this VS Code tutorial, which is the React application I have. And here it says VS Code, that means Visual Studio Code, which means it is just a new window. But I want to have the sidebar first. So how I can go here? So we have a view, appearance, but this time I don't want to use my mouse to go open and close the sidebar. I want to have the shortcut, which is actually Command B, and you can have that for Windows also, which will be, I think, Control B. So let's use that, Command B, and yeah, I can toggle that sidebar. Very nice. Similarly here I can toggle the sidebar. Very nice. But you know, my preference is not Command B, because I moved to VS Code from PHP Storm, and in PHP Storm they generally have command and one or exclamation mark. So I need to change this key binding Command B to command exclamation or one, which is just after above the tab. So yes, I can open the sidebar, but now we have a problem that we also had one you can say activity bar. So if I can go and appearance, and there is an activity bar, this one, and here we can have this gear icon so that I can go to the keyboard shortcuts. But since there is no shortcut for activity bar, we can add that. So let's do these two things. To go into the keyboard shortcuts, we need to press Command K plus Command S. Command K, Command S, here we are. First, let's search for sidebar. And you can see we have a Command B, and which is saying the toggle sidebar visibility. If you don't know the name, but if you know the command or key bindings, you can directly click on here, and now it is recording your key binding. So now I want to know what is the command related to key binding for Command B. You can see it says Command plus B, which is toggling off the sidebar. I want to change it from this one to Command plus 1. And now it says one existing command has this key binding. So let's check this one, which is saying focus first editor group. I don't know what this is, and if I want to have this, I can set another command or key binding for that. Once again, let's search for Command B. Not too much. Oops. And yeah, so I want to change it to Command 1 and press enter. It will override it. Yeah, so now we have this. So let's close this one, and now I press Command 1, and you can see I can easily toggle the sidebar. Next is for this activity bar. Press Command K, Command S for the key binding, and this time I don't know, actually there is no key binding for the activity bar, so I need to click on this keyboard once again to go into the searching with the text. I can now search, say, activity and activity bar. Actually, yeah, there is no key binding for toggling of activity bar, and for toggling of activity bar I can add the key binding, which is Command Shift and A. And you can see there is no existing key binding for this. That means we are safe to go, and press enter. And this time if I press Command Shift and A, and now I can toggle this activity bar. But now you will say why I have chosen Command Shift and A. Remember, if you hover over any sidebar or activity bar icon, it is given Command Shift and X for this extension, then Command Shift E for Explorer. So that's how you can actually toggle. So I can say Command Shift and E, which is this, and now if I press Command Shift and X, I have this extension. And if I want to toggle this, I want to close this sidebar, it doesn't matter whether I am on the extension, I am on Explorer, or I am on a version control. So for version control there is Command Shift and it is actually Control Shift and G, so this one. But you know, as everyone has a Command Shift and then the one, so I can change this one source control from Control Shift G to Command Shift G. Let's move with the Command K, Command S, and I can search for source control, and instead of this I can search for Control Shift and G, and yeah, it says view SCM, source control sidebar. So now I can change it to Command Shift and G. Two key bindings are there. Let's see which one is there. It's having a find previous and find previous in terminal. Okay, so we will change that later. So once again, let's go to the Command Shift and G, and I need to say Command Shift G, yeah, and change it to Command Shift and G. That was Control Shift G for searching, and this is I'm changing to Command Shift G. Hit enter, and now I close this, and you can see Command Shift E for Explorer, Command Shift X for extension, Command Shift G for source control, and Command Shift and F for searching, sidebar on the search. And for any moment I want to close this panel, I don't care where I am, I can press Command 1, and if I want to close the sidebar, I can press Command Shift and A, because it is activity bar, not the sidebar. So you can see on the sidebar we have everything from Command Shift and whatever the name with a first letter. So Explorer, Command Shift E, source control, which is GitHub, generally we say, so Command Shift and G, extension X, Command Shift X, activity bar, Command Shift A, and toggling of sidebar. You can add Command Shift and 1 for the toggling of this sidebar, but I would like to have a Command 1, no problem. But the last most exciting thing I want to do is I want to move this sidebar from left to right. How we can move sidebar? Once again, let's go to Command and comma to the setting, search for sidebar, and from left to right. Woohoo, on the right. So it is on the right, and now everything is working absolutely fine. Toggling and every shortcut is there. Now if I open the sidebar by pressing Command Shift E, actually the Explorer, and then I can go to the app.js, click there, and now I can toggle the sidebar with Command 1. You can see this is okay, but I'm not happy with the spacing between the two lines. So what I can do, I can change the spacing between the line. So I can press Command and comma, and then I can search for let's say spacing. I don't want, so I can say lines. There is no, or maybe height. So I search for height. So when I say height, actually I got this line height, and this we want. So if I say it is 1 and then go into this app.js, oops, we did something wrong. So we need to make it like 5 and see, no. So what about 10? Okay, so we did some mistake. 0 to compute line height from the font size. 30. Yeah, 30 is good. Now it is clear for every line height. Next, I want to make the font little bigger, because I don't want to zoom in like this, and if I zoom in then everything is zoomed in. So I want to actually change the font size. So I search for font, and font size, I want to make it 14. Let's say, how about 14? And yeah, that's good, 14. And what about 16? This is too large, so 14 is good for me. So this is nice. Next is, if you want, you can change the font weight, that means how bold it is, and which is actually given just after this font size. So I can search for, I can have 100, and which is I think the default one, or I can have a 600 for bigger, but I think normal one is good. Next, let's do something for this cursor, blinking cursor, and once again I can search for command and comma. I go to setting and then search for cursor, actually cursor and then we have a blinking. How you want this to be blinked? So normally it is blinking. You can have a smooth blinking, like it is very smooth animation, and you can have a phase. I like this phase, but the most exciting one is this expand. So you can see it is now whoop 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 so it is expanding. I like this one. Next setting, you can check it what you want to be a cursor. Is it a line, a block just like this, or a underline just like this? Yeah, so always I like the line. You can also control the width of the cursor. So if I say 0, that means it is the default one, but I can also say 4, which is a little thick one. So let's have the thick one here. Okay, so this is the one, and yeah, that's good. Let's talk about the global search. Global search means searching in your project, the full project. So how we can search? So once again, let's open the activity bar, and here you can see we have this lens icon, which is actually for the global search. So I want to search, by mistake I have console log. So yeah, we have this console log, which is in service worker. But what if we also have a console log in any other file? Like here we have a hey, and then once again we go here and check. You can see we also have a console log here. Since we have the shortcut here, so command shift and F, we can easily search between any file. If you want to search for a specific file, then you just need to press command F and then search there. So now you can see console log is searched from here and here. This asterisk dot asterisk means you can also search via regular expression, and that will be beneficial if you want. So this is about the line height, cursor, and global search. And now let's master the Explorer. To open the Explorer, I just need to press command shift and E, and I am on the Explorer. First, I don't want to have this opened editors. And what is that? Actually, if you open any file, save it, it will stay in the space of editor. But if you are not saving that file, you can see it is in italic. Once I save it, it's not italic, and that means once I open a file, if it is in italic, that means it will not staying here. As soon as I click on any other file, it replaces there. But if I save this, it is staying in a open editors, and I don't want to have this one because I know what file I have opened, or if I want to open another file, I can easily open that by using command and P. So if I want to open app.js, I can say app, and it is now here. Let's go here, and yeah, you can see it is now there. If I want to open index.js, I can search for command P, index.js, yep, enter, and yeah, here. So I don't want this one, so I can just right click here and click on open editors, which is now unchecked, it's removed. I have never used outline, so I can just remove that. Also, I can remove this timeline. Yes, and now you can see it is very clear. So as we know, if you want to remove any file from this editing space, or if you want to close a file, you just need to press command and W like this. Once again, command W, command W, command W. And if you want to open the file, you don't have to use your mouse to go here. You can just search for command P. Let's say this sidebar is closed, and if you know that you want to open app.js, command P, app, and yep, it is there and it is staying here. If you want to make sure it will stay, you just need to press command S, and yeah, it is here. Next, once again, I want to open the index.js like this. But suppose you don't know which file you want to open and you want to explore the files from your Explorer. You need to open the Explorer, and yes, you can open it by toggling the sidebar or just press command shift and E. And here you can see, once you press command shift E, you can see it is now focused here, and I can use my up and down arrow to move into the files and the directories. If I want to close any directory, I can just press left key to close and right key to open it. Now if I want to open any file, I can press command and down key to open any file. Once again, as I open the file, the focus is now from the Explorer to my editor. But once again, if I want to get into the focus of the Explorer, I don't have to use any mouse. Just press command shift E and you are here. You can see I can now change. So this is how you can open and close file without using your mouse. But sometimes what happens, if you have lots of directories and you have opened lots of directory, you want to close every directory in one go. So you have this button which is actually called collapse folders in Explorer. If I press it, you can see everything is now closed. How I can do this with the keyboard shortcut? We know to open the keyboard shortcut, we have a command K, command S. If you forgot this, you can open the activity bar, command shift A, press here on the gear icon, and here is the keyboard shortcut. Let's close the activity bar, close the sidebar, and now see, I want to collapse the folder. So collapse, yeah, collapse is here, but it's actually doing lots of collapsing. But I want to collapse folder in Explorer, so I can search for collapse folder. Yeah, this one, it didn't have any key binding. Let's add it. So how I want to add any key binding? So remember, key binding should be with the thing you want to do. I want to collapse folder. So this should be with a combination of some hotkeys like command CF or control CF, alt CF. You can do command shift CF. So once again, it depends upon if there is availability for that command. So now I search for command CF, but there is command C and command F. This is available. Alt C and alt F, this is also available. So it's up to you what you want. I like to have a alt C and F. Let's press enter, and now close this. And we know to close any tab, we use command W. To open the Explorer, command shift E. And now I want to collapse this without using my mouse. So I'm editing, I'm doing something here, but suddenly I want to close everything from this Explorer. I say alt C F. You can see alt means with a hotkey, collapse folder. Very nice. And I have collapsed all the folders if anything is opened. One more thing is there. You can see I know that I can close any file with the command W. Then why should I have this cross icon here or close icon here? I don't want to use this, and if I remove that, it will actually looks good and it will be minimal. So once again, go to command S for setting, and I want to search for close, let's say button. Okay, so it says close button. Close button, tab close button is here. It says it is on the right. You can move it on the left side, but I don't want to show it, so I can have it off. So it is now closed. Okay, So this is closed. And what if I want to close any tab? I can simply say command W. Wow, very nice. In that way, we are forcing ourselves to use keyboard instead of mouse. So that is the power of actually using keyboard, and that is actually psychology, that you are minimizing everything to forcing yourself to use the keyboard. And now suppose by mistake you closed any tab or any file you don't want to close. So suppose I have closed the index, but I don't want to close the index, I want to reopen it. Yes, you can search and reopen it, but if you can press Command Shift and T, you can see we have the previous closed tab opened once again. So if I close serviceworker.js by mistake, if I want to get it back, I can have Command Shift T, and if I close two windows, then as we have closed, we can get them back like this. So it is very useful when you want to open the recently closed file, and you don't have to search that file, you don't have to go to the Explorer. Actually, you always want to close the Explorer. Now let's see the power of breadcrumbs. Remember, we have removed it, and we have removed it by going to the setting and breadcrumbs. We have disabled it, but I want to open it sometime when I need it. Just like Explorer, activity bar we did, we need to have the shortcut for opening or toggling it. To go to the key bindings, I can go and press Command K and Command S and search for breadcrumbs, and here we have a bunch of command for breadcrumbs, but I am interested in toggle. So we have one, it is toggling on. That means it actually enable the breadcrumb. So if I press Command Shift and what it was, dot. So Command Shift dot, it actually, yes, enable it, but now I cannot disable it or I cannot hide it. For that, instead of toggle on, I can just use toggle. So I can totally remove this one, and I need to right click here and say remove key binding, and the same key binding I can use it here, Command Shift and dot. It is for breadcrumb, but it says existing command also have, which is replacing with the next and focus breadcrumb. So that's okay, and replace with the next value I don't want, we will see it later, but I know I want breadcrumbs toggle, and which I need to set it to Command Shift dot. Anyway, I want to set it. Oops, I did it wrong once again. Command Shift dot, done. Okay, so let's go to the index file or any file. So you can see breadcrumb is enabled. I want to toggle it, I want to hide it. Command Shift dot, it is gone. Once again, Command Shift dot, it is there. Yes, I can toggle it, but you know, cursor is always here. That means I can toggle the breadcrumb, but I cannot focus on it. Just like if I open the Explorer, I quickly have focus on that. You can see I can directly do something on the Explorer. Just like that, I want to focus on this breadcrumb also. Let's go to the key binding, and if I search for breadcrumbs, you can see one is there which is having the same key binding, focus and select, but the most important one is just focus. So if I see the bindings is Shift, Command and semicolon, so I can close it. If I press Shift, Command, semicolon, because it is not there, so how we can focus it? So let's toggle it, then focus it, and now you can see I press down key to open it, I press up and down to move into the files, I can press escape, and I am out of the focus from the breadcrumb. That's nice. But now what I want, as soon as I open it, I want to focus. So you know what I want to have the same command for this one. Okay, so now focus and toggle have the same. I can remove this select one, so because I don't want that. Okay, now let's do this. Command Shift, I am focused and I can directly do this. Escape, and I'm back with my editor. You can see like this. But next, what is the use of this one? How we can extract more information from this? That you can see if I open the service worker file. This is a very big file, not very big but little big file. It has a function and more than one functions. So you can see every breadcrumb have all the functions in it. So see, I'm working on this this service worker file, and I want to know what are the functions available inside this file. I press Command Shift dot, and yeah, I am on this file. I can press right key and press down key. You can see I have all these functions available, and by toggling and by moving around this, I can quickly go into any, you can say, function I have. If I press escape, yep, I am there. So once again, I want to go to this one, unregistered. I go there, I press enter, or you can directly go inside of that functions section. Like this function has two sections, then and catch. So Command Shift dot, then open this, and you can go here like this one. Also, if you have lots and lots of functions, then you can directly search here. So I can say register, and you can see I am here, and it has 3 for register. I can say check. Okay, so actually I need to once again go and search for check. Yep, and hit enter. I am directly on the check validate service worker. So much easy and very, very nice. Now suppose instead of searching inside this service worker file, which I can do easily, I want to go into this service worker.js, that means inside this source, and change to index file, and I am directly here, and I don't care where this file is opened. It just quickly move to that file. I don't have to open the sidebar also, the explorer. But how do I change it? I'm searching something, and if I press left key, it's not moving. So let's see how we can move between the different sections of the breadcrumb. So here we have a focus next. This is only working when breadcrumb is active. It is with the alt and the right arrow, and the previous with the alt and the left arrow. Okay, so that means I can go here. I am searching here, doing something. I want to go to this source directory and list every file. I can press alt and left. I am here, and now I can hit enter to move into this index.js file. Once again, let's get back to the service worker, and suppose I'm doing things. I open the breadcrumbs. I am here. And this is only going to work if you have active breadcrumbs. Like suppose I have focused on the breadcrumb, but I have not opened anything. I have not active file. So I can easily press left key without the alt. So like with alt it also works, without alt it is also working. But if I open this, and now if I press left, it's not doing anything because it is active. I need to move with the alt and left. I don't want to do this. Wherever I am, whether it is opened or not, I want to move into the spaces with the left key because I am on the breadcrumb. So you can see we have focus next and focus previous. So what I can do, I can change this to left. It says 7 existing for different situation. So this is only going to work when breadcrumb is active and is visible. So we don't have any problem with this left key. Yep, it is there. Sorry, it should be on the right. So because it is next, and focus previous, this one is going to be left. Okay, let's go. And now I am doing something. I want to go into the list of the file. I just press left key, and you can see I am here. I just realized that command shift and dot is yes focusing, and it's not toggling, because once we have pressed command shift dot, it focus and it always focus. So we need to change it once again. So toggle breadcrumb, yeah, that is good, but we need to make sure this is once again command shift and semicolon, the default one, or you can directly press and say reset key binding. So we are back with the semicolon. So now if I say command shift dot, yeah, I can toggle, and after toggle I can press semicolon or command shift semicolon actually to move into different file. So just like this one, and I can once again toggle it and activate it by pressing command shift and semicolon. Very powerful thing is snippet, and what actually it is, let's see here. If I have this index.js and suppose I want to log something, so I just say log, and you can see we have this snippet. That means if I press enter, it is now autocomplete with console.log. Similar to this, if I want to create a function, so if I say fun, and here is the function snippet. And remember, we have not installed any extension for any kind of snippet. It's totally because of VS Code. And how we know about the extend snippets? So once again, press command shift P and just search for snippets. Yeah. So there is two things, like insert snippet or preferences, like what are the snippets you already have. So go to this and search for JavaScript, and it's JavaScript with React. So you can do that also, but let's go to the JavaScript. And here you can see we are having this print to console. Some of the snippet is there. Let's search for the JavaScript with React one. We have the same thing, but how we can write our own snippet. So suppose instead of this function I want to have an arrow function. So arrow function, no, not is there, and I say function arrow, this is not there. So how we can write a arrow function? So generally what we do, we say const and the function name, so comes name and then arrow function, just like this. So I want to create this as a snippet, and we know this is actually a JavaScript thing. So I just cut it from here, and once again I go to this preferences, like configure user snippet, go to JavaScript, and here we have an example. So it says print to console, and this one is there. And what are the prefix? It says prefix, you say log, and then it will actually log. This we have actually used just like this. Now similar to this one, I want to create one more. So I just copy this and paste it, and then uncomment it. And how I did that, once again let me show you. So I selected this, so I pressed Alt Shift and down key to replicate whatever I have selected, and then I press command and / to uncomment it. Very nice. Now I say arrow function, so name is arrow function, and I say func a, so funa actually so it is function arrow, or a fun you can also give, but this will be body is something like this. But remember, body, everything is inside this double quotes. So here I need to say const and then name, and then like this, and comes single quote. Then there is nothing here, but here I need to close this, give a comma, and it says create a arrow function. Save this. Now let's try it. Funa func a and press enter. Yes, you can see we have a arrow function, but then I want to have this arrow first, not here, but I want to have here with the space. or a tab actually. So just like here, I want to give a tab, or after this, whenever I want to focus the cursor, I need to say $1. So $1 is there, but now it says some error. It says invalid character. So maybe I need space, not the tab. Okay, once again, let's type Funa, that means function arrow, or AFUN. I need to rename it A-fun. So that is actually A-fun, the arrow function. You can see now the cursor is here. If you want to have a double space, you can have a double space, and then A-fun arrow function. Yep, here is that. But I always want to have first selected, because whenever I create arrow function, I need to name it, then I hit tab. I want to move it on this body part. Once again, remove this, and here I need to say it is actually $1, but this is actually with the name. So here you can see we have dollar, then 1, and what it will be the label. So here comes dollar, and then we have curly braces. So curly braces, and the position is first with a colon sign. I say this is by default having a name as a label. Now let's try it, arrow function, and yeah, that is there, but I don't want to have this. I think it is here. Okay, so I should name it to second $2. Now I say arrow function. Yes, here is the name, and I call it let's say store, and then I press tab. I am inside this body. If you want to move here as a second tab and then third one here, so that you can give any parameter here, so I can once again remove this, and you can call it like once again dollar with the 2 colon values, and then this will be third one. Okay, so this will be arrow function, name is store, and value is values, and I got as a third tab completion. I am here. So this is how you create your snippet. Now we have a very big problem with the snippets. What if you are on a PHP and you want to have some $sign? So let's go to a PHP project. So let's go here, and this is a Laravel application, and in this application let's go to any controller actually. Okay, so here we are, and inside this I want to create a function. So because I am on the PHP, I can easily say fun to create a function and press enter. You can see now it is having a public, and then if I press tab, it's saying the name I want to give and any values. If I don't want to give, I press delete or backspace, and finally I am on the body. But here I want to create something like I want to say var underscore dump, and then $sign and some variable. This I want to create with the semicolon, because it needs semicolon. PHP needs semicolon. Okay, so with this $sign I want to create this snippet for VD. I call it var dump. So I just cut it here, and then what I will do, I will once again press Command Shift and P, go to configure user snippet for PHP, and here as before we need to create something like this. So I selected that, I press Alt Shift and down key, and press Command and / to undo or uncomment it, and then change it. So I say var dump and dump any variable, and the body should be very easy. It should be like this. Okay, and prefix is VD, var dump. But if I do this, let's see, try it, go here and say VD, and here you can see we lost that $sign, because in the snippet dollar means the position we want to go. So what I want, actually, I want to have a double dollar sign, and let's try this. So $1 is for the snippet and second is for the PHP. So VD, hit enter, and yes, we have selected that variable, and I call it let's say if we have a name as a variable, so like this, and Sarthak. Yeah, this is the one, very nice. Okay, so this is how you can create the snippet. Now I want to tell you something about the tabs and the open files. That means you can see we are on the index.js, and if I want to go to the service worker.js, I can press Command, Alt and right arrow. If I want to go to the index, Command, Alt, left arrow. But what if I have more than one file? So let's say I have opened the test file and I have opened the app.css also. Let's close the sidebar, and now I am on the app.test.js. I want to go to service worker. I can press Command, Alt and right. Yes. Then if I am here once again on the app.test.js, I want to go to app.css. I can press Command, Alt and left. But what if I want to go to index.js from app.js? Do I need to move from this app.css by pressing Command, Alt and left? Yes, you can do that, but there is a shortcut. You can see every tab is visible here, and if I want to go to the first tab, I can just press Control and 1. Okay, it's not working. What about Control 2? Yes, I'm on the second tab. Control 3, I'm on the third tab. Control 4, I'm on the fourth tab, but Control 1 is not working. So let's open the key bindings, Command K, Command S, and I just type open editor at index, or you can directly search for combination Control plus 2, which is for opening editor at index 2, and for 1 you can see there is a binding, but I don't know why it is not working, and there is only one binding, so there is no clashing between the combination. I don't know what happened with this. If I close this one, okay, so totally Control 1 is not working, but I can switch between the tab using this, or I can just press Command, Alt and right and left to move into the tabs. You can also open the previously closed tab. So I just press Command, Shift and T to open the previous tab. I can remove or close the tab by pressing Command W, and these things are actually normal key bindings. So if you are on Chrome or you are on Edge, then this is working. So I can press Command, Alt and left key to move into the left tab, and Command, Alt, right key to move into the right. I can close by pressing Command W, and I can directly go into the tab by pressing Command 1. It's working here, although it here Command. So these are actually normal key bindings available for anywhere actually. You can also manually move some files between the tabs, like you can drag this on the right side and you can easily work between this and switch with the Command, Alt and right or left arrows. So this is a nice feature that you can easily move tabs. But the irritating point I feel on this Explorer is, suppose I have closed the Explorer and every folder is actually collapsed. I try to open, let's say, app.test.ts. Now I open the Explorer, you can see the directory where this app.test.js is available is already opened. Suppose I want to open this index.html. So see, I am going to open index.html, which is inside public folder, I know, but as soon as I open it, you can see this folder is now opened, and I really hate this thing because I know that this file is inside public directory. I don't want to go into that. If I want to, then I can switch to the breadcrumb and I can easily have a look that okay, this is inside the public directory. So I want to close this thing. How I can close this, or how I can close this functionality actually? Okay, so once again go to the settings, and this is related to the folder. So how I can search like folder, but it's not given here, or actually it is related to explorer. So in the explorer you can see we have explorer 10 things are auto reveal, control whether the explorer should, or yeah, this one is there. So now what I can do is I try to open index.html. Yep, public folder is automatically opened, but now I say auto reveal, yeah, okay. So auto reveal is true. I can set it to false. Now see, I just close everything on the explorer by pressing the new command we have set, alt cf, collapse folders. Now I am going to open the index.html, and yes, you can see public folder is not opened. Next thing is I want to see on these tabs is if I try to click on any file, we just have a simple preview and it's not staying in the tab, or I can say it's not opening in a new tab, it's just replacing everywhere. Sometimes this is good, but you know, I always feel that if I open the file, I can easily close with my command, which is command plus W. I can easily close it, so there's no matter of having a preview. We can also remove that thing. Go to setting and search for preview, and now it says editor preview. Okay, so where I can search for, this is a feature for, let's say, text editor, enable disable ability to preview and changing before renaming. It's before renaming. And editor, control whether opened editor show as preview. Yeah, this I want. Or control whether open from quick open show as preview. Let's try this one. Okay, so I'm here and I open the sidebar with command 1 and click on app. Yes, you can see now I can open any file in new tab, and when I want to close this file, I can quickly press command W so that I don't need it. This is the thing, generally have a very high opinion. Some people like this thing, some don't like this thing. I have this, that I don't want to have any preview. So these things are for the tabs and mastering tabs in VS Code. If you want to be a better programmer, you need to keep your mouse aside, or you can use it very often. So everything should be with the keyboard. So how we can actually uncomment or create a comment? So you can see these lines are commented. If I want to uncomment it, I can just go on any part of this line anywhere and just press command and / like this, and you can see it is now uncommented. If you want to uncomment more than one, you need to select them and then uncomment. You have seen that it has only uncommented first two lines, although the cursor is on the third one, because third line is not selected even a single character. But if you select at least one character, now if you press command plus / yes, you can easily uncomment it. And this is valid for every language, whether you are on JavaScript, Python, or any kind of language, it will going to work, because this is a native VS Code thing. Next thing you need to master is how you can select a line. Okay, so you just need to press Command, Shift and right to select all the line. For that, you need to be on the first, you can say starting on the line. This means wherever you are, if you press Command, Shift and right, it's going to select that thing. Actually, we can start with the Shift and right. Shift and right is actually going to select each of the letters. How many times you are pressing the right key, that will going to select. But if you want to select whole line, well, that should be with the Shift, Command and then right. Okay. Then next, if you want to select not by character but by words, then you can press Shift, Alt and then right key. You can see now it is selecting word by word: app, to, work, offline, and that is actually going to work in both ways. If you want to go on the left side, you can Shift, Alt and left key, and offline, work, to. Similar to this, if you want to select all of the things from wherever you are till the starting of the line, press Shift, Command and left. This is very nice. But what if you want to move between the line like this? So as we know, from Command and right, we can go to the left and right. If you are on Windows, you can use the end and the home key to move between the starting and the ending of this. But if you can press Alt and then you can move, yeah, you can see we can easily move between the word to word on the left and right by pressing Alt, right, Alt, left. And that's how actually Shift is working. So pressing Shift is actually going to select things, and now with the Command you select full line, with Alt you select simple word. If you want to select more than one line, then you need to press Shift and then down. You can see it has selected first one and now it's on the second line. Once again down, selected the two line. That will also going to work if you are on anywhere inside the line. So press Shift, down, and you can see the cursor is at same position on the 15th line. Now it is on the 16th line. So you can select from this to this, and if you want to go to the end, press Command, Shift and right. Yeah, it has selected everything. But this is having lots of work. What if, let's go here, what if I want to select from React DOM.render till this thing? Yeah, I can do this like press Shift, then press down, 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 and then like this. Instead, there's a shortcut for selecting everything for you. This time you need to add one more key like this one. So first you select first line, and then, and remember how you select the first line, Shift, Command, right, or if you are on Windows, then you need to press Shift, end button. Okay, now so select the first line, and this time press Shift, Control, Command and right key. You can see it has selected everything on that block. Similarly, if I go to the service worker file, you can see this is a block of code. Lots of things are there. So first I need to select the first line, and then I press Shift, Control, Command and right. You can see all these things are selected, which is for the particular block of code for that particular function. But still I'm not happy with this, because I need to select first line and then I need to go and press Shift, Command, Control and right. So for that, let's go to the key bindings, press Command K, Command S, and if you are on Windows, you can find every kind of combination from this keyboard shortcut. So just say select and we get lots of options. Here we are interested in selection of everything. So what we can see here, we have this thing, expand selection. So it is having 4 combination: control, shift, command and right arrow. We have seen that with the control, shift, command and right arrow we can select everything. Whoa! But we have used the same thing when I have told you that first select this one and then press control, shift, command and right arrow. This means you can go inside that block of code like a function or this one. You can press shift, control, command and right to select everything. If you are on Windows, you can check what the key combination is given inside your VS Code on this expand selection. And this is also going to work here. I'm inside of this function, press shift, control, command and right arrow. You can see everything has selected like this one. So selecting lines or block of code is good, but what if you want to select particular word? Like this is the one, but I want to select it so that I can rename it or I can remove it. Suppose I want to convert this to React to Vue, so I can press Command and D. You have seen that directly it has selected this one, and this means now I can press delete or I can directly start writing with this. So it has now changed to Vue, which is obviously not the thing. But let's see what it is given here. So it says add selection to the next find match, which is command D. Or if I search for the key combination command D, which is this one. So what that mean? This means if you press command D for particular word or string, then it has selected that one, but you can see this one is also highlighted. This means if you once again press command D, it has selected both of that word. And if you continue by pressing it, it will search everything, and yeah, you can see it has selected this React also. So it's now up to you. Suppose you don't want to select this one, then you need to just press one time command D and take a look on the right side on this thing. You can see it has one selection here. If you press once again command D, it has 2 selection here. Yeah, that's good. And if you can search for React with a capital R, now you get all the selections on the right side. If you only want to select the cases like with a capital R, you need to enable this one. And now you can see it has also only selected the React with the capital R. If I change it to small r, it has only selected with the small r. You can directly change or replace something from here. I can replace React with a Vue and I hit enter. So wherever I have selected React, it has changed. But instead of this, what I want to replace everywhere. Okay, so how do I do that? I just need to press command and then enter. You can see everywhere it has changed. And that happened because, once again, let's open search. And to open the search, I have used the command F. I just forgot to tell you, command F. And by expanding this one, and here you can see we have this one, which is replace and replace all with the enter, like command and enter. So selecting the block, line, word, character is good. But what we can do with that selection part? Obviously you can copy. So if I press Control, Shift, Command and right arrow, it has selected the block. I can press Control C to copy and then paste it anywhere I want. But instead, sometime it may happen that you want to replicate that selected thing in a line above or line below. That is generally happen when you have a UL, then you have the LI, and you want to create more LIs. So how you can create it? If you want to replicate or copy a line below or above of that particular line, you can press Shift, Alt and down arrow to create a new line with the same content, or I can press Command Z to undo. Then press Shift, Alt and Up to create same thing on the upper portion. So suppose I have this with hello, and now I want to create this empty li above this li. So I press Shift, Alt and Up key to create it a new one on the above of that particular line. Same also happen with the selection. So if I select this line and I press Shift, Alt and down, you can see everything we have selected, every line is now replicated, copied below. Also you can do the same for the above. So I can press Shift, Alt and Up to create a new thing above. But generally what happened, sometime you have created new thing like hi, and I create one more for hello, hi, hey. Okay, now I want to move this like hello, hi and hey. So this will be the sequence. So I can easily move line up and down by pressing Alt and Up key and down key. So you have seen that with this Alt and Up I can move the line, but with Alt and Shift I can create new line above or below it. So these things are for the selection mastery. That means you can select, you can do various things with this lines and selecting characters, everything is there. Now I am on the 6th line, cursor is blinking here. But what if I directly want to go to 17th line? How I can go there? So there is a shortcut key for that, and I can open shortcut keys by pressing Command K and Command S, and I can search for go to line, and here we have, which is actually Control G. Okay, so I'm on the 6th line, I press Control G, I say 18th line, and here I am. If you don't want to press Control G, you can directly press Command P and type :18, and here I am. Command P :5, I am on the line number 5. So this is very nice, and that I got from this, like if I press Control G, you can see it is normal search bar, but with the colon sign it becomes the searching for the line. Just like if I have a greater than sign, I can have the settings and related things for VS Code. So this is very handy feature. But going to the particular line is good. What if I want to go at the bottom of the file? Because sometimes I don't know how many lines are there inside this file. So this file is very big and it has 142 line, but suppose I don't know, so I can press Command and down arrow to go at the bottom. You can search here Command and down. It is for the on the text input focus cursor bottom. This is for the cursor bottom. So if you are on Windows, you can search for the cursor bottom and you will find the key binding. Okay, so that is helpful for going to the bottom. What if I want to go at the top? I think you guessed it right, Command and up. So Command up for the starting of the line or starting of the file actually, or Command and down key to go at the bottom of the file. But next is like, okay, I am suppose here on line number 22. I want to check how many lines are there inside this file. Okay, I press Command down to go into 142. But now I want to go to the same line, which is line number 22, and I can go like this. But suppose I even don't know what was the line, so I was just moving around and just I press Control or Command down, but I don't know what was the previous line. So I can just press Command and U to go at the previous position. Once again, search for Command and U, and it says cursor undo. Cursor undo means wherever you were, just go there again. So suppose I am on the if statement. For doing something, I am here on the return, but now I don't want to use my cursor mouse to go into the if statement. I can press Command U and quickly jump to that part. So if there is a Command U, I don't know, I have not checked it. Let's search for cursor redo. So cursor okay, so cursor undo is there. No, cursor redo is not there, but in that case that would be cool. Next thing is folding for any function or block of code. So if you hover here, you can see we have this folding icon. So if I click here, it's now folded that if statement. If I want to fold this function totally, I can click here and it has folded this function also. Instead of clicking here, once again use the key binding for this. Let's go to the keyboard shortcuts and it's fold and unfold. So search for fold and you can see we have a fold for it's Alt, Command and opening bracket. Then there is an unfold for Alt, Command and closing bracket. Okay, so if I want to fold this block of a statement, which is if statement, I say Alt, Command and starting of the bracket, that is folding, and I want to unfold, once again Alt, Command and closing bracket. Similar to this, you can see it is folded and I can easily unfold it. Also, it is valid for the register, that means the function. Yeah, it is there. You can also fold or unfold every function in your file. So this file has lots of functions, or I can say code block. So if I go here, you can see just we have a fold. We also have a fold all. So it says Command K, Command O for folding everything. And for the unfolding, we have a Command K, Command J. Okay, let's go here. And then I say Command K, Command 0. Yes, you can see now everything is now folded. All the functions is now folded. I want to unfold any one function. Then I can say Alt, Command and closing of the bracket. Yes, you can see this one is all only unfolded, but I want to unfold everything. I say Command K, Command J. Yeah, this is folding and unfolding of any code block. One last thing I want to fix is, you can see whenever I go and hover any code block, if there is suggestion and we get that suggestion quickly, but I want to delay this because sometimes I'm just saying anything and as soon as I want to select it, something came up like this. So it's annoying. So I just search for hover. Actually, I need to go to settings and search for hover, and it is hover is actually 300 millisecond. So I make it 500. Now there is a delay which you cannot actually observe. What if I say 2 second, 2000 millisecond? Now see, and yeah, after 2 seconds of silence, we got this one. Once again, 1, 2. Yeah. So it would be good if I say it 700, then it's marginable, and yeah, it is very nice. So this is how you actually use the folding and unfolding and go to anywhere. If I just have my cursor on the React word, you can see the word React is highlighted. Also, all the occurrence of React is also highlighted. So this plus at the top React is there. Also on the right side, you can see we have 3 selection and 3 occurrence of that word. Similarly, if I click on this strict mode, that means having a cursor there, now you can see we have a 2 selection on the right side. This is very nice feature that you can have a look that how many occurrence of that particular thing is there. Okay, but next what we know that if I press Command D 2 times, it has selected the next occurrence of the same word. But by doing that, we got this multi-cursor. So if you want to have this multi-cursor, it's not required that you need to press Command D or you need to find the matching word. Suppose you want to have a cursor here and here, two places. So what you can do, either you can find this greater than sign and select it and then press Command D, then you have this like here. Also you can press Alt and then click wherever you want to have the cursor. So I want to have a cursor here, here and here. So you can see it's very easy to have a multi-cursor in your application or in your editor by just pressing, once again, have a cursor here, press Alt and click here. Now you can move this cursor anywhere you want, like up, down, right, left. And if you are done, when you are done with things, just press escape to go out of the multi-cursor mode. Now let me show you the power of multi-cursor. For that we need a object or an array actually. So this is the fruits I have inside this array. Now I want to convert this array of fruits into an object of fruit which having the name and the quantity. So how about selecting everything and then create a new object. So first you can see there is no relation between any of the fruit. So how we can select it? We have a multi-cursor. We can do like this, this, this and this. And now I just press Shift, Alt and left. So it has selected every word. Now I can press copy and then here I can create const object. So it's like fruits obj is equal to like this and paste it. Now you have seen that it has pasted something like this. Now to convert the object I need to press Alt and have multi-cursor here, then press colon and the quantity and the comma. So this is now converted into an object. But I don't want to press multiple times and do all that Alt and click. So actually I need to copy it in a different way. So I just undo here and then we know we can have the multi-cursor, but now this time instead of having multi-cursor, I first select this single quote and the comma, press Command D, 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 and for the last one I can use the Alt and this press, or I can generally do like having a semicolon there and then I press like Command D, 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 D. Then instead of selecting all these things, I can expand the selection. How I can expand the selection? We know to expand the selection we just need to press Shift, Control and right arrow. You have seen that it has expanded the selection and now it has selected everything with a single quote on both sides. So copy now all these things, go to here and paste it. Now everyone has this single quote, then we have a new line and then again we have a single quote. Let's check this, 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 and for the last one I think I cannot do anything. So I need to once again go left and you can see I am on the all four places, and for the fifth one I can just use my Alt plus click, and now I can simply do this, press Command right if I want to do and press comma, and yeah, I have done that. So if you maybe you feel that this is more of work, but this is very useful when instead of having just 5 you have 20 or 30 things you want to copy and do something like this. It actually save lots of time. Multi-cursor is awesome. We can take it a level next. What I'm going to do, let's just undo everything, and now suppose a cursor is here and I want to select all these things. Instead of doing all these junk, you just press Shift Alt, and this time you can just drag your cursor like this, and wherever you go there is a multi cursor, and now simply you do what you want. What if I have some spaces here? I don't want to do the cleaning myself. I only want to have this by formatting. That means if I press Ctrl Shift and P and I search for format, it says format document. If I hit it, you can see it has already formatted. And one more thing is there, you can have the shortcut for that. So if I go here, it says the shortcut is Shift Alt and F. So Shift Alt and F. Yeah, but it would be cool if I do something, I save it and it auto format. So it says save and format. So it says save without formatting is there, but save and format is not there. But you can enable that. Go to the setting by pressing Command and comma and say save on format. Actually that means format on save, and yeah, we have a format on save. So check this one, and now see I have unformatted code, which is something like, if I have it like, my tab is not working. I think I have removed the tab. Anyways, I can have this, and as soon as I save this file, you can see it has auto formatted. So let's first fix that tab problem. I close the settings and I go to the key binding, pressing Command K and Command S, and here I type tab focus, and tab focus is toggling is with Shift Control and M. Okay, so currently tab is not working, and now if I press Shift Control and M, yes, now you can see the tab is working. So format on save is working, but sometimes we don't want to format particular thing. Suppose I don't want to format like this one, I don't want to format. Then I need to press Command Shift and P, and then I say save without format. And this is, now you can see the white dot is not available. That means the file is saved. So this is very handy feature. Sometime you want this, and that's how you can use it. Next, you can see if I go at the bottom of my page, and there are lots of white spaces and empty lines are available here. If I save this file, I want to remove all these white spaces from here. To do that, let's open Command comma, that means settings, and search for trim, and I don't know what I'm going to trim. Trim final new line when enable will trim all new line after. Okay, let's try this one. So trim new lines, save this file. Yes, it has saved, and we just have one new line, which is obviously required for starting with anything new. And here also you can see we have a bunch of spaces, and if I save this, okay, this line is also not removed. So this is trailing one. So trim trailing white space. So when enable trim white space, and now if I save it, you can see even if I have the spaces, it has now removed that from every line. That's very nice. So this is the trailing white space removal. One more is, if you go to the service worker, you can see because this line is too big, I need to scroll horizontally to see the content on the right. Instead, I can say wrap. That means turn that line into new line. So if there is no space left, then move the content into new line. So you can see now we cannot scroll horizontally, because if there is no space left on the right, the content will be in a new line. So this is actually the single line, and I really like this because sometimes while scrolling I just scroll horizontally with vertically also, and then I lost the position where I am. So that's very nice. Now let's talk about the very important thing, which is terminal in VS Code. Yeah, VS Code has its own terminal. So you can go at the top and here is the terminal, and to create a new terminal or to open a new terminal, you just need to say new terminal, and here you have the new terminal. Very nice. But also you can see we have this new terminal shortcut, which is control shift, and this is actually tilde, I think they call it. Okay, so tilde is above tab or just on the left of one. So control shift and tilde, yeah, that's good. And if you want to toggle this, you can just press control and tilde. So you can see it's not given here, so I can show you on the key bindings. I can search for control tilde, and yeah, this is there. So toggle integrated terminal. So if you even don't have this if you don't want to create a new one, so suppose I have closed this, so I don't have any terminal, but if I press control tilde, yeah, it has created new terminal. And every time I do this, you can see it's toggling, not opening a new terminal. Currently I have 3 new terminal inside my project. I can close this like this, delete, delete and delete. Now I don't have anyone. If I open it, yep, one is there. If you want to create new terminal, yep, there is this plus icon to create new terminal. You can split the terminal into halves like this, and then you can switch between these two, and yeah, obviously you can close them. But all these things I want to be happen with the keyboard shortcut. So let's see what we have on the keyboard setting. I press Command K, Command S and search for terminal. Okay, so it says clearing terminal. We will see this later. But what is a new terminal? I search for new. Okay, now we have a new terminal. It says Shift, Command and C. Okay, so open a new terminal, Shift, Command and C. Okay, so that's not working. Once again, let's verify the shortcut. Shift, Command, C when not in terminal focused. So okay, let's try this. Shift, Command and C. Actually it has really opened the new terminal in, not in the integrated terminal, it has opened this terminal, this terminal of my Mac. So I don't want this. To create a new terminal, you can see next one is Control Shift and tilde, and I think that was given here, Control Shift and tilde. So I say Control Shift and tilde, and you can see we have new terminal. Once again, Control Shift tilde, we have a new. Next I want to remove this terminals. Okay, so let's toggle the terminal window by pressing Control tilde. Yep, I can toggle it. Now I need to remove the terminal, so I can say remove, no, so delete, no, so close. Okay, so what they call it. Okay, let's search for remove terminal, scroll there, lots of things are there. Okay, so this, I think there is no, okay, I think there is kill, terminal killing, yeah. So kill the active terminal. Okay, there is no key binding, so how I can create a new key binding? So think about this. Control tilde is for opening the, toggling the window. Control Shift tilde is for creating the one, and I can suggest one for Control Shift K maybe. Let's see, is there any availability for this command? Control Shift K, this is for killing of the terminal. So we don't have anything for this, that means this key binding is available. So kill terminal, and I can say Control Shift K, kill terminal. Now that's good, and let's toggle the terminal window. I want to kill it, so Control Shift and K. You can see now 6-1 is killed. 5, 4, 3, 2 and only 1. If I kill this one, yep, it is closed. Once again, let's open it. So we know that we can create, we can delete, and now let's see how we can split the terminals. So to split terminal, let's search for a split. Yeah, a split window is there with this like command and backslash. Okay, let's open this command and backslash. So now I have opened two windows of terminal, one on the right, one on the left, and I can do something here like this, and everything is working here. So if I want to create a new terminal on the right side, but it has created the one on the new window actually. So for this window we have a two terminal. Let's see if I delete it. Control Shift and K. Yes, I can delete it. Okay, so next we want to first, let's delete this one also. So create a new split of terminal. I want to focus between the splitted terminals, so changing the focus. So split inactive, no, I can say focus terminal, and find next is there, find previous is there, focus next. Okay, Command F, let's try. So Command F, now this is searching. Okay, focus